Best friends, best friends, best friends. You've been hearing that term since you were a kid. I mean, how couldn't you have? Oh, of English is not English in. Anyway, how couldn't you have? I mean, it's everywhere on TV. This person's my best friend. This person's my best friend. It all starts from conditioning, my friend. That form of conditioning. And I used to, live by those terms too. Now, if you go by definition, what is best friend? Well, let's chop one of the words. Let's chop the secondary word, friend. Best. Best, in my simple words, is the best quality, the highest quality of something that is better than the rest of the so-called quantities, if you will. Now, if we go to what is a friend, well, in my terms, a friend is someone who supports your vision and sticks up by your side. Now, sticking up by your side doesn't necessarily mean say yes to everything. Of course, men are flawed. We do things we sin by nature, and not everything we do is right. We may think something will be great for us, but then it's people like that who don't and aren't necessarily yes men who come to our side to support us, just to boost yourself up as a person. That's my definition of friend. This was kind of on the spot. Maybe I could have provided a more nuanced, congruent answer, if you will. But, this is kind of me freestyling on my head with written notes. But yeah, best friends. I am against having best friends. And, I look at it now. And I personally believe the concept of best friends is a little bit stupid to me, because that's basically me implying one friend is better than the other. It's so common for people to say best friends to just people in general, society and especially the media, but kids too, as explained in the beginning, via like cartoons and whatnot, makes it very common to, make it a norm to talk about those type of things, best friends, that whole concept, that whole concept, I look now, as a 19-year-old man now, I'm pushing 20 in about 3 months, and yeah, I don't see it that way. My take is a lot more different when it comes to friendships now. I also have the take of, cool. I have many interests, many things that I like. I'm not just Golden Ngoma that goes to the gym and works out, although that is one of my greatest passions, to which I do love. I am a calisthenics guy, I love that. I also have many other interests. I speak languages, many other languages. I speak 4 languages right now. 2 fluent, 2 at an intermediate level as I speak. I like playing the instrument. I like reading books. I like eating nice food. I like talking to beautiful women. I like making YouTube videos. I like researching history. Many friends. I'm also interested. I don't know why I said friends here. I'm actually really trying not to edit here. There might be one part of this video where I edit, and that's when I actually turn around to look at the camera. You guys shouldn't be able to tell because it'll be edited smoothly. Got you guys. Which you probably already saw already with the cuts. But yeah, I don't want to edit too much. I'm also speaking practice, if you will. But yeah, in terms of best friends, the way I see it, you're linking to what I just said about the whole interests. I have many interests, and it's, I think, a good mindset to have is, obviously, naturally, not everyone's going to be liking what you like too. Different people, different thoughts. Now, I do have rare cases, and this is kind of the situation I'm in right now, where I'm also friends with multiple polymaths myself, and they like to, research a lot of nuanced things, so that's a cool part as well, because you can talk about different ranges of topics with someone. But you may just have someone who's really into the gym. I love the gym too. I have a friend for the gym. Business. I don't have now, but I could have business friends, Language. I can be friends with people who speak languages. Restaurants. I could have a friend who loves restaurants, who loves wines and knows about culture, history. Sorry, I'm gonna hiccup. Right, hopefully that wasn't too long, but you get the point. There was a really beautiful quote, and unfortunately I don't know at the top of my head, which really irks me a bit because it kind of fucks up this video. I mean, that's kind of on me. I should have researched prior, but I don't believe in best friends. I value all of my friends as equal, and there's a reason why I call you all friends. For you to even be my friend, that's a big deal in itself. And I don't speak from a place of arrogance or excessive pride or self-importance. And, pride is considered a sin in the Bible, to which I do agree too, for its right reasons. Pride is the original sin. With pride, I still believe we should take pride, but not an excessive amount of pride. Of course, take pride in the form of taking care of yourself, it becomes excessively prideful. And this is the deadly sin of one of the 7 deadly sins. It starts to become overly prideful when you have an exaggerated sense of your own self-importance, when you start to belittle the men and just people around you. You start to develop this superiority complex, which isn't, it's not good. So don't do that. Yeah. How you guys liking the new microphone? I remember I've been this channel really, but primarily in 2023. That's when I kind of started to get into the flow of uploading and whatnot. And I've had many people saying, "Golden, get a mic, man, get a mic. I can't hear you." And I knew what they were saying was right. And I always knew it would be a good idea, but I was always scared. And then I saw a good friend of mine. He posted a video of himself to me on WhatsApp. He had a mic. Instantly, it inspired me to take action. So, when you have like-minded individuals, it can inspire you to boost your career in certain aspects and ways. I don't have the most money yet. Fortunately, I don't have a camera right now. But God willing, things will come to fruition, and I'll get me a little camera too, a little GoPro. Man. But yeah, man. Good mic. And yeah, it's a bit off tangent, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm not into friend. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase. I'm not into the concept of best friends. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Because it places someone on the pedestal whilst indicating that someone is better than someone else. And and you may have a period in your life, and I've most definitely had the same for myself. Maybe you spend time with one of your friends more than the other, right? And it's very easy to say, yeah, perhaps judging from the situation that's going on, and just judging from the moments happening, yeah, you are my best friend. But maybe it's just a season where you're just with him a lot, and it makes sense in your life for you to be that person a lot, because you may be in a phase, like I said, your different friends have different interests, of course, as it's normally to be the case. And you may be in a phase of your life where you need to really focus on business, so it would be congruent, applicable to want to hang out with this guy more. And it's not a transactional like thing. No, it's just genuine interest, genuine passion for each other, and you just so happen to have different people who tell your interests. So yeah, that's how I see it. I think it's admirable, really. And you may be out of the business sense, so you made enough money for the month, or 6 months from now you probably had a grind phase. I'm just giving you scenarios. You may want to travel the world a bit, and you may want to hablar con chicas mujeres en España, o México, o Puerto Rico, en cada país, tout le nombre. O, pour vez, vous voulez voyager en France? Vous parlez avec les femmes là? Je ne connais pas pourquoi je parle les femmes en certains pays. Je suis un peu bizarre, je connais. Aber das ist eine gute Sache haben. Will, kannst du... Oh, Deutsch ist ein bisschen schwer. Das heißt langsam aus ein Deutsch sprechen. Ich will mehr Buch lesen. Da mein Deutsch ist überfallen. But yeah, man, you can just have different interests. Sorry, man. I said I wouldn't change languages, man. Damn it. That's one of the weird things about being a polyglot-ish, because you always have to change languages. I'm a bit too lazy to edit, so I'm sorry. You have to put subtitles there. But yeah, that was Spanish, French, and German there. My German is full enough. Yeah, I need to read more books. But yeah, man. Let's not even frame that as irrelevant, man. It makes sense, because you can bring that factor too. It does link, because I was talking about how you may be bored in business, you may want to travel more, right? You want to go on a few holidays and whatnot, So yeah, man, that's my view on it, man. Paraphrasing the quote, I'll end it off by saying this: I don't believe in best friends, but this is my own way of saying it. I don't believe in best friends, but I do have friends from different areas of life which tailor my interests. And yeah, it's relevant to me and other aspects of my life. It does irk me a bit how I forgot the quote, but I'm just saying it in my own way. But yeah, that's my thoughts on having best friends. I don't have best friends, but I have great friends. And to even be my friend, naturally I hold myself in a high standard. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way, just basic rights of human self-respect. And I expect the same with my friends. And, I hold that standard with family members too. Take care of yourself, man. Boost yourself up. Same with the woman. I'm not in a relationship now. Don't plan that anytime soon. But the same rule applies. Because a lot of men fall into lust Oh, she's too beautiful, so you start to dip standards that you would normally have for people. Strip the beauty. And you just see her for her personality. That's how you should be acting. Sorry, Salif. That's how you should be acting with everything. Sayonara. Let me speak in Spanish again. Gracias. Oh crap, my mic. I'm not bothered to edit, so it's not going on bloopers. Let's end the video in Spanish. Gracias por mirar mi video. Si te gusta este video, like el video. Y hasta luego. Buen provecho. Buen día. Yo no tengo mejor amigos, pero tengo buenos amigos. Mañana.